Hey guys, what is going on? Neil JT. Neil Heals is here and we're back for another video. So grateful to be here. I hope everyone is having a wondrous week so far. Every day is a great day to be alive. If you want to go follow me on IG, it's Neil Heals. Please like and subscribe. Let's get this out to as many people as possible. Again, I'm just here to spread the word and help as many people awaken and heal their inner traumas and become the best version of themselves. So, without further ado, let's get into the video today. So we're going to be talking about the secret of manifestation. And what is the secret? The secret is feeling. So what is manifestation? There are a bunch of different definitions of it, but the spiritual definition is anything you put into the universe comes back to you. Okay, so anything you put out there is going to come back to you. And as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, thoughts become reality. He has a great book called Becoming Supernatural or Becoming the Supernatural. And absolutely insightful book, but essentially our thoughts are our reality. Whatever we are conceiving in our mind is what is happening in the universe. And essentially everything on the outside mirrors the inside, right? So if we know this and we know manifestation is everything in the universe, then we really need to get a hold on what is going on in the mind. You know, how to control the mind. We know that we have, I think it's 70 to 80,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of them are negative and repeated every single day. That's called your inner dialogue, right? The voice that's just an inner dialogue of everything. You walk outside and it's a little chilly, and in your mind you're like, it's a little chilly today. I should probably go grab a sweater, but maybe it'll get warmer, so maybe I shouldn't grab a sweater. Oh yeah, like your mind is just always creating this inner dialogue of everything going on, right? And there's so much negativity in there, so you become that reality. You mirror everything going on in your mind from the outside. So I want to talk about the chase mentality and the attract mentality. So chasing signals to the universe that you are in a scarcity mindset. Attract equals an abundance mindset. Think about it like this. Remember back when you were in school, in elementary school, middle school, and you're playing tag, right? And you're going to chase that person. What are you signaling when you're chasing that person? What are you signaling? What are you putting out there in the universe? You're saying, I do not have this thing. I have to chase. I want it. I want it. You're signaling scarcity that you do not have this thing and you need to chase it in order to get it. Rather than attract is letting it come to you, attracting it to you. See how those are two totally different things. And so Buddha says the root of all evil is desire. Right? Desire, wanting more, always wanting more. It's never enough. You just keep wanting. I talked about this in the other video about spirituality. You think you're going to get a Lambo and you're going to be content. No, then you're going to want a McLaren. Then you're going to want a Bugatti. Then you're going to want this. Then you want another house. Then you want 5 houses here. And it just never ends. So you have to be internally happy with yourself and attract those things you want. Do not chase them. Because again, everything you chase, if you're trying to chase money, you're trying to chase financial freedom, you're going to chase it right out of your life. That's what you're going to do. And so there's a couple things here. We're going to talk about the law of attraction, which a lot of people know about. And then another one, which not as many people know about, but in the spiritual space, a lot more people have been talking about it the past few years, is the law of assumption. And that's what I primarily have used in the past to manifest everything I want in my life. And so my problem with the law of attraction is that's kind of like the Buddha, the root of all desire. You're just wanting. You're just like constantly thinking about these things you just want to attract. You just want to attract. And like I'm not putting it down. Like I've used it before, and but it doesn't seem to really hold its weight. Like it's very in and out. It's not like consistent. It might work for some people. For me, I found that the law of assumption works much, much better. And so I'm going to briefly touch on what the law of assumption is. And there's a great book called Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. And this is the law of assumption. I highly recommend it. It's a quick read. It's 50 pages, I think, 40, 40 pages. Yeah, it's super. You can read this in an hour. Absolutely amazing book. I highly recommend everyone on this planet reads it because it is, this is the secret to manifesting. So the law of assumption pretty much is if you assume it now that you have it, you will attract it. So like I said, with the manifestation and everything, you attract what you are. The outside mirrors the inside. Your thoughts create reality. So if we know that your thoughts create reality, if you assume that you already have it, then you will get it, right? But if you are chasing it and you're saying you don't have it and you want it and you want it and you want it, your reality, your inner thoughts is going to mirror that on the outside, that you don't have it, so it's going to give you more of that. If you have a poor mindset and you're always thinking like, man, I'm poor and I want to get more money, and that's a scarcity mentality, you're going to create more of that. The universe is just going to keep giving that to you. So you need to flip-flop it and change it. And it's difficult because here in the three-dimensional world, it's like, well, how do I just say that I have more money? Like, how do I assume the law of assumption? Assume you have millions of dollars or whatever it is, or the relationship you want, or the business you want, or the career, whatever. Like, how do you assume that you already have it now? And so the trick is to visualize it, and then the main component of it is you have to feel it. So what I mean by this is, and Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this in his book, during the day, our brainwaves were in an alpha state, and then when we go to bed at night, we switch over into theta, which switches from your consciousness over to your subconscious. And we know that most of the programming is done in the subconscious. That's like your beliefs, everything of who you are. So you need to reprogram your subconscious mind. And when you reprogram with the law of assumption, assuming that you already have what you want, your brain will actually rewire. And I've done this so many times, and it works like a charm. And in his book, he talks about how right before you go to bed, when you switch over from alpha to theta, when you're getting ready to go into the subconscious mind, you have to think about the things that you want, and assume that you already have it, but it's like you visualize it. So like create a scenario. One of the ones I did before for me was I envisioned driving a purple Lamborghini up to a runway, getting on a private jet, traveling around the world, being on a yacht in like Greece, and like jumping off the side into like the crystal clear blue water, and then like going up onto the shore, renting a Ferrari, going out to the nicest restaurants, stuff like that. And when you visualize that, the key component to all of this is to feel it. You have to feel like you actually have it. Like you have to think about, what would it feel like to have that? Like if right now, if you just visualized in your mind you having $1 million in your dream life, dream relationship, what would that feel like? You have to actually feel it, feel that feeling. And then if you can feel it, you know it's real. And if you feel it, you're going to attract it. You're not going to chase it, you're going to attract it. It's going to come to you. And when you do this over and over every night before you fall asleep, think about, visualize a like 30-second clip of what you want in your life. Assume that that's what you have right now, but feel what it feels like to have it. And it's going to manifest that much faster. Another thing that I do is I do affirmations or mantras, and I do daily journaling. I do a gratitude journal in the morning, but I also write down like the things that I lacked previously in my life. So like, where is it? I have it right here actually. Every day I write this down, and I always pick 3 things because 3 is a universal number. I write, I am confident, I am successful, I am happy. And I keep writing that over and over. Every day I do this. And when you first start doing it, it's just going to seem repetitive. And the trick to this is you use the law of assumption. Every time I write, I am confident, I will visualize and feel for that like brief 5 seconds. I'll feel like myself walking up to random girls and just talking to them, or just always being charismatic and like fun going. Like I'll imagine that and feel what it feels like. And the same thing with successful. I'll imagine my business creating more money and feeling what that feels like. So you link it all together. And then you can use that as well within the mirror. The mirror technique works great. because we're all just reflections. So I'll look at one eye and I'll just say it like, I am confident, I am successful, I am happy. Whatever it is, like whatever your pre-subconscious program, say you never felt smart. You just say, I am smart, I am smart, I am smart. And you just keep saying it and keep saying it. And I swear, it doesn't matter what it is you pick. Eventually, I'd say within a week, you'll start to get a smile on your face because you're reprogramming your subconscious mind. Because your whole life, like I said, 70,000 thoughts a day, you're always saying, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, whatever it is, over and over and over and over and over again. That's your programming. As you flip it to I am smart or I am whatever, and you keep saying it over and over and looking at yourself, the neurons, everything in your brain starts changing. It starts becoming your new reality. Thoughts are reality. And you start changing into a totally different person. So that's a way you can incorporate all of this together to manifest super, super fast. Like I'm saying, if you do all this stuff, you do journaling, you look in the mirror, you read the law of assumption, you learn how to pray properly. There's a good chapter in this about prayer. And a lot of people, when they pray for the things they want. What I just said, like you're signaling to the universe, to God, source, whatever you believe in, that you do not have this thing. You are lacking. You are in a scarce mentality. But when I pray, and what they teach is you pray as if you already have it. So, for example, I have a throat condition. I just had surgery on Tuesday. And I always pray. I'm like, thank you for healing my throat. I pray as if it's already done. I don't say, dear God, universe, whatever, please help me with my throat. It's really bothering me. Like I'm having issues and blah, 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 blah. No. Mm-mm. You pray for it as if it has already happened. And at the end, you say thank you as if it's done. It's done. It's done and over with. And that's it. And when you incorporate all of this into your new belief system, you're going to see your life change drastically. I remember when I first started this, I would take like 30, 45-minute walks outside and I would repeat, I am confident, I am successful, I am happy. And I would just run it on repeat for 45 minutes. Like, yeah, other thoughts come in from time to time, but then I would refocus and I just keep saying it. Maybe I'd say it 500 times in that 45 minutes. But you think, you have 70,000 thoughts a day. You got to say it quite a bit to reprogram it. It's not going to just be like you're going to write one page of I am confident, I am successful, I'm happy, and it's going to happen. You have 70,000 negative thoughts a day. So it's going to take a bit to get that to switch all your brain chemistry around to this new belief system. But you just have to be diligent with it and believe that it's going to happen. That's the trick, is just believing. Most people say all this shit, this mumbo jumbo, and it's like, but they don't truly believe it. Like deep down to a core level, you have to believe it's possible. So, excuse me. I said this in the last video. People that usually say I can or I can't are right. So if you say you can do something, usually you can. If you say you can't, you definitely can. But if you believe, you start saying all these things, you start reaffirming to the universe, to everything around. Everything is energy. We're all energy. This is me exchanging energy. If I'm putting this out in the universe, I'm going to get this back. It's not like you're going to put out good energy and good karma and then you're going to just get shit on. No. But if you shit on people and you give people bad karma, you get it back tenfold. I can tell you this with my last relationship. I gave this girl the best karma. Like I did everything in my power. She treated me like absolute shit. I can guarantee, I haven't talked to her in months. Like I have no idea what's going on in her life, but I can guarantee she's getting bad karma tenfold, and a lot of it. But that's how the universe works. You put out what you want to get back. So that's why you always got to treat people with kindness and compassion. You know, it's easier said than done. Like people, there's a lot of negative people, a lot of, I don't want to say evil, but like people that just haven't found themselves yet, that aren't enlightened, that aren't awakened, that aren't on their spiritual journey. So that's essentially my version of manifestation. And there's different routes you can take. Like I said, you can do the law of attraction, you can do the law of assumption, you can do affirmations or mantras, looking in the mirror. You can combine it all into one. That's what I do. I can combine everything into one, and that just massively, massively changes everything. And the key, like one of the keys to this is doing it right before you're about to fall asleep and first thing when you get up. So maybe you say, I am abundant, I am grateful, and I am successful. And you say that before bed, you create a little 30-second clip of it, of what that looks like, feel it. Right when you wake up in the morning, that first couple minutes, redo that clip, say it and feel it. Your day is gonna be so much better. Like so much better. You don't even understand. When you live in a negative mindset of all these 70,000 thoughts every day that are negative, 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 when you wake up and go to bed in that positive space, even your dreams will be better. If you're used to having nightmares or people chasing you, or a lot of people falling off cliffs and shit, your dreams will change because you're rewiring your subconscious mind. You're going in from negative to positive thinking. So when you do that, your dreams are going to completely change. I'm like, half the time I'm flying around. The other night I had butterfly wings and I was flying over these mountains, and it was like, and then I was like in a canoe, and like there was like gators and snakes, and like anytime, like even if like a little negative situation happens, it's like I win. I beat it off and I'm good to go. But like that's the power of this. Like really, like when you learn to manifest, your whole life will change. Who you are as a person will change. Everything will come to you so much faster. It's like you don't even have to try because you're assuming that you already have it. So it's like once you put that out in the universe, you just like let it go. You know, like you assume you have it. Yeah, I just know it's going to happen. I just know that I'm going to attract millions of dollars, or I'm going to attract that Disney love that everyone wants. You know, you let it go after you've assumed it. You just believe that the universe, God, source is going to just take care of it, and you're going to attract it. But if you do this and then you're thinking about it all day and you're like chasing, you're like, well, what else do I have to do? It's not coming. If you realize, like, we all live in this present moment right now, but our minds are either in the past or the future. I want more. I want these things. I want the success. Past bad experiences. It's very hard for people to live in the present moment nowadays, especially with how fast everything is moving. But when you live in the present moment, you're going to be able to just let go of things and assume that they're already going to come to you. When you switch into the past and present, it's again, scarcity mindset, and all the negative gets pushed in there. All the negative from the future that you don't have what you want gets pushed in there, and you keep living in that same comfortable thought pattern you've been used to for your whole life. So it's very important that this becomes a routine, that you do it every day. It's not like just you do this one night a week. Like you start doing this all the time and your brain chemistry will keep changing. I can't tell you how, like I used to be confident, and then a lot of life circumstances happened. The last relationship, like I said, completely drained me and like took away my self-worth, confidence, pretty much stole my identity. And then once I started gaining that back, doing these affirmations, learning, it came back so fast, and it's like 10 times more than it ever was before. So like when you do this correctly, you're going to be a completely different person. So I hope that was helpful, guys. I'm going to do more videos on manifestation. I'll go deeper into it. This was just like a brief overview. I could talk about this book for 3 hours, but I hope that was just like a starter guide to get you guys to where you need to go. Again, like you could just do affirmations if you want, just do mantras, or you can, get into the law of assumption and start feeling. Feeling is the secret. Feel like you already have it now. Feel what that feeling would feel like to have that Disney love or have that Lamborghini or whatever. Actually feel what it would feel like to drive it, the smell of leather. Like use all your senses. Don't just like create a vision of it. Feel it. That's the secret. So until next time, guys, I will talk to you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe, stay happy, and let's change our lives. All right, later.